Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Caleb Likes Books. Today I have a book haul video for you for the month of March 2024. I got 15 books this month, quite a few for sure, very exciting. I got 2 trilogies, a duology, and then several standalone books, as well as 1 or 2 books from series, but not the entire series, just one-off books from series, and a few standalones. So quite a bit to talk about today, so very excited about that. To start off with, I'm going to discuss 7 Star Wars books that I got. First things first, I got The Unifying Force from the New Jedi Order series. This is the final book of the New Jedi Order series. I've been trying to get my hands on this book for so long because I have been working my way through this series quite a bit. And I've been wanting to finish it up, obviously. It's a 19-book series. I've been working on it really heavily for a little over a year now, but I started it like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Maybe even more than that, actually. So I've been wanting to finish it up, and so I figured I could probably finish it, this spring or maybe early summer, but I still needed the last book, so I finally have it. So now I'm thinking, at the rate that I'm going, I'll probably try to finish it at least by June, or in June or something like that. Read a couple books here and there. I still got 5 books left to read, so I figure I can read a couple, each month until I finish it, and then finish it in like maybe late May or sometime in June. So very excited for that, very excited to finish up this series because I've been really liking it recently. The last handful of books have been among my favorites in the series, so really been enjoying it. Cannot wait to reach the end. Next up, I have a trilogy, which is actually the trilogy immediately following the New Jedi Order, which is the Dark Nest trilogy. This is a trilogy that takes place in between New Jedi Order and Legacy of the Force. And I decided to read this trilogy because I wanted to make sure, before I jump into Legacy of the Force, I wanted to make sure I had all the story stuff. And I figured it would be kind of a nice short thing in between, because New Jedi Order is 19 books and Legacy of the Force is 9 books. So that's quite a few books back, big series back to back. So I figured that I could use, just a quick little trilogy in between there, just be like, okay, read that in like, a couple months at most probably, and I'm done with it. Be a nice kind of little palate cleanser as far as like post Return of the Jedi series for me to read. So looking forward to reading that one. And then I also got a few standalones, the first of which is Darth Maul Shadowhunter. This is one that I have not heard very much about. I don't really know much about it. I know that Sam Witwer recorded the audiobook for it recently, which is really cool. For those of you who don't know, he was the voice of Darth Maul in the animated shows. So that was really cool. But that is literally all I know about this book. I don't know anything about what it's about, aside from that obviously Darth Maul is involved. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this one. Think it should be hopefully pretty fun. And so yeah. Next one is Death Troopers, which is a kind of horror Star Wars standalone written by Joe Schreiber, who also did Maul Lockdown and Red Harvest, which I really loved both of those. And so I've been really trying to track down this book for a while. Obviously, it's out in the Essential Legends collection and trade paperback, but I wanted the mass market because I want all my Legends books to be in mass market just for consistency's sake. If I absolutely have to get the trade paperbacks, then I will, but I'd prefer to stick to the mass markets. And so I've been trying to find it in that format for a long time, and I finally was able to. Really looking forward to reading this one since I love Joe Schreiber's other books, and this one has really piqued my interest quite a bit, so I'm looking forward to that. And the final Star Wars book that I got was Death Star. This is a standalone that I have heard a lot about. Several people that I know have read it and really enjoyed it, and the premise of it seems pretty interesting as well. I think it kind of takes place from like the Imperial perspective around like A New Hope-ish time frame. As far as I'm aware anyway, which sounds really cool, and I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. I really was kind of looking for some Star Wars standalones, because it seems like a lot of the Star Wars books that I am reading now are part of series or trilogies or things like that, so I wanted to have some more standalones. So very happy to have all of those, plenty of new Star Wars books for me to read. Next up, I'll discuss this one other media tie-in book that I got, which is not a Star Wars book, but I did get Assassin's Creed Black Flag by Oliver Bowden. Those of you who have been watching my channel for a while or have seen the videos, I have also read and reviewed 2 other Assassin's Creed books, those being Renaissance and the Secret Crusade. Which were both books that I really enjoyed. The Assassin's Creed series is one of my favorite video game series. Granted, I have not gotten up until the current games. I'm still way back at Assassin's Creed Unity, which was 10 years ago. Holy crap. You know, I've been working my way through that series for the last several years, and I really enjoy it, and Black Flag is one of my favorite games in the series, for sure. So I really wanted to get the novelization for it, which is this book. I was hoping I could get Assassin's Creed Forsaken, which is the tie-in for the 3rd game, because that focuses heavily on Haytham Kenway, who is a fan-favorite character in the series, and that was an idea that I thought was really interesting, but unfortunately was not able to get that one, but I'm very happy to have Black Flag. Been really wanting to read more Assassin's Creed books, and especially because the last one I read was probably close to a year ago now, or more. And so I want to get back into this series, read some more of it. So really looking forward to that. And then I also got a sci-fi trilogy by Timothy Zahn, which is the Conquerors trilogy. Those of you who saw my book haul back in January may know that I, in that month, got The Icarus Hunt, which is his most popular non-Star Wars book, a standalone, a sci-fi standalone, although now it's kind of part of a series because he's been releasing more books in the Icarus series, but it was originally intended as a standalone. This trilogy was available at the place where I got these books from way back when I did that other book haul in January, but I ended up getting the standalone instead. And when I was looking to see what I could get this time around, these were still available somehow. And so I was like, I don't know how long they're gonna stay available, so I'm gonna pick them up right now, and so that's what I did. And I've been wanting to read this trilogy. I've been wanting to read some more original sci-fi books, because I haven't read a whole lot of sci-fi, really. So this will be a nice one for that. Lastly, I've got 4 horror books to talk about, a duology and then 2 standalones. I'll talk about the 2 standalones first. I got 2 books by Stephen King, and I really enjoyed Salem's Lot back in October, so I've been wanting to read more Stephen King. I also got Carrie. I believe that was also in my January book haul, but I got 2 more of his books, 2 more that I've been really wanting, which one of those is Revival. This is one that I have been very, very interested in reading. Even though it's not necessarily one of his most popular books, you know, when you go on, you know, BookTube or other places and you see, here are the books of Stephen King that you need to read, or here are Stephen King's best books, you'll see a lot of It, The Shining, Salem's Lot, of course, The Stand, Carrie, Pet Sematary, all those ones. I have not really seen Revival mentioned very much in those lists, but it is one that I have been very interested in reading. Just the premise of it sounds super interesting to me. Especially where this is seems to me to be leaning more towards something like religious horror, which to me is very interesting. So I'm really excited to read this one. Out of all of the books that I got in this book haul, aside from The Unifying Force, this may actually be the one I'm most excited to read. I just think it sounds super interesting. The other Stephen King book that I got is The Stand, which I am very excited to read as well because I've heard it's one of his best books, and also because it ties into the Dark Tower series. I want to read the Dark Tower eventually, but I want to read more of King's work, both that does tie into that series as well as some of his other stuff that doesn't. So I want to get familiar with his work, and this is one that does tie into that series from what I've heard. So it'll be kind of another stepping stone towards checking that series out. Really looking forward to reading this one. And yeah, just super excited to have more Stephen King to read because I really enjoyed Salem's Lot, and he's a fellow Maina like myself. So excited to read some more of his work. And then finally, I got the Innsmouth Legacy duology by Ruthanna Emrys. This is a Lovecraftian Cthulhu mythos type of duology. I've been wanting to read some more stuff inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, where people kind of take his ideas and make their own stuff out of them, and that is what this duology appears to be. Don't know a whole lot about it. I know that it is seemingly inspired by The Shadow over Innsmouth, which is really cool because that's one of my favorite Lovecraft stories. And been wanting to read this duology for a while. When I was originally on Goodreads trying to find some Lovecraftian books that I could check out someday, this is one that piqued my interest and I've been wanting to read it ever since. So I'm very happy to have these now. Really excited to read them. I think it should hopefully be a lot of fun. And I've been wanting to read more Lovecraftian books. So definitely is a win for me. So that is pretty much all I got to say in this video. 15 books in total, I think. So really cool, lots of books to talk about and lots of books to read that I'm very excited about. A lot of ones here that I've been wanting for a while also. So really excited about that. If you have read any of these or are interested in any of these, let me know in the comments either what you thought of them or which ones you're most excited to hear my thoughts on, whatever it may be. Let me know in the comments. That is pretty much it for this video. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.